One of the main points of the story of Nuh alayhi salam is the relationship between faith and lineage. And this is a common confusion even today amongst Muslims, right? They feel a certain way if they are descended from a certain tribe or even if they're a descendant of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. They might be tempted to make the same mistake that Bani Israel made, which is converting their Islam in the sense of their pact, their agreement with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, trying to convert it into an identity, right? And the problematic thing about the identity is that it's not something that you have to work on. It's not something that you have to upkeep or maintain or make good on. Whereas a pact, an agreement, a contract is something you have to continually fulfill, right? So this is one of the main mistakes of Bani Israel. They tried to say, well, Allah favored us because of who we are. We're Allah's chosen people. Instead of, well, we have this agreement with Allah and we have to continue to fulfill it. Okay, so a lot of even Muslims make this mistake. They put too much emphasis on lineage. And so the story of Nuh alayhi salam is really important to pushing back against this, because you have obviously the flood and the ark and all these sorts of things. And then Nuh alayhi salam is on the ark and the rain is coming and the ark lifts up, the water is rushing. And then he sees his son. And he said, no, last chance. He's like, come on, son, come on board the ark. And Nuh's son doesn't believe. He doesn't believe in his father's prophethood, despite being the closest, maybe one of the closest people to him. And Nuh's son, he basically has this also paradigmatic sort of failing where he's relying too much on the material means, right? He doesn't have as much trust as he should have or as much belief in the unseen. He sees the rain. He says, oh, rain, I know what this is. I'll just go up the mountain. Every single other time there's been rain, you go to the mountain, you're safe. Not knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what makes the mountain safe or not. And so in this case, the mountain isn't safe. The rain is too much. And it's because it's from Allah. It's not a normal rain. This is a punishment. And so Nuh's son is drowned. He's drowned in the flood, despite being the son of a prophet. And this obviously was very upsetting to Nuh. And so the conversation is so interesting that he has, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or how Allah tells it in the Quran. And Nuh, something less than feels betrayed, but he doesn't understand because he thought that he had a guarantee or an indication that the people from his family were going to be saved. And then he says, Allah, my son just was drowned, and wasn't he from my family? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says something amazing. He says, no, he was not from your family. He was not from your family, right? So it blows up our definition or our conception of what it is to be from someone's family, right? It's not just about blood. It's about allegiance. It's about faith. And this is the way the companions were, right? Islam entered into every house and split houses. You had on the day of Badr, you had brothers fighting brothers and fathers fighting sons and all these sorts of things, cousins against cousins. Before Islam, the only thing that people knew was lineage. And so it was just like automatic that you were I'm with my family, I'm with my tribe, I'm with my clan, and that's who we're rolling with. But after Islam came, Islam rearranged all that. So no, now it's about what you choose, the principles that you live by, the values that you hold, right? The decisions that you make. And so if it comes down to it, if you have to fight your brother, you have to fight your brother. He's not your brother anymore in that sense, right? And there's rulings in the Sharia that indicate this, right? About who inherits from who and et cetera, et cetera. So, faith is thicker than blood. And the story of Nuh alayhi salam demonstrates that.